Hello there, how are you doing? Jo Barnes here, and I was searching through the social media updates this morning to find something interesting to bring to you. And I found a fantastic post on the Social Media Examiner, one of my favourite blogs, by Mike Delgado on 8 new Google Plus changes and how they impact your business. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to run through some of these, perhaps not all of them, depending on the time, and showing you what Mike's put here in writing, how it actually works on the Google Play page. So that's what we're going to do right now. So first of all, big changes here. We've got the header image and profile changes. So let me go to my profile and I'll show you exactly what we mean. Here we go. For those of you who've been using Google Plus for a while, you may notice that we now have our profile image up here in the top right hand corner in a very prominent position. And then we have this option of actually we've got these pictures along here. Okay, but we can actually change that. If we click edit profile, now we can actually decide, do we want these strip photos, or do we actually want an entire cover photo, bit like Facebook. So we can actually now have a full cover photo here with the profile photo in the middle, or we can still choose to have these strip photos across the top here. It's entirely your decision. Now the difference between this and Facebook is that you can actually put call to action and any details about your company or anything that you may want to, but I would urge you to be creative here. Okay, and pick something that's really good and that is going to represent your company well. Now, if you are going to use the 5 photos, then they are 110 pixels by 110 pixels. Your profile picture here, this one on the right here, is 250 by 250. And if you were going to use this big cover image here, then that would be 940 pixels across by 180 pixels depth. Okay? So there are your choice now on the pictures. That's kind of cool, isn't it? And Mike here gives some suggestions on how to make the best of those. Let me just go down. He gives some examples here of some really nice pictures. Actually, it's the Washington Post there. There's Hootsuite, Bravo, and Volkswagen. So he says, hey, look, use it to showcase a product. Use it to highlight perhaps a fan of the week. Use it to include a business phone number or a web address to attract new customers, and add a call to action to encourage people to learn more about your business. So there you go. There's some tips for you on adding a cover image in Google. Okay, now what you can do also is you can customize your circles. If I go down here if I actually got to the home page, what he's talking about is these up here. I don't know if you remember, but you used to have them down the left hand side and you'd click on them and that would show you your stream. Yeah. Well, now they're up here and you can decide which 2 main circles you want at the top. So my yellow circle is actually people that I tend to follow, people that I like to see what's going on and what they're doing and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. And then people I know are mainly subscribers, people who I've connected with on Facebook, people who are perhaps SNA members, that kind of stuff. So they're at the top. Now you can choose which 2 you want to put up here, and also you can easily go and see all your other circles simply by clicking down on all of your other circles here. Okay, and that just determines what shows here in your stream. Now to change these 2 here, what you need to do is come across here to your circles section, okay, and then simply move the 2 circles that are right here to the right of drop here to create a circle. So if I went over here, for instance, and grabbed Googlers and moved that up there, okay, so now you've got Googlers and then yellow, and went back to my home page, you'll see I've got Googlers and yellow there. Okay, if I go back to my circles and actually bring people I know back in front there, I've now got people I know and Googlers, and if I go to my home page, I've got people I know and Googlers, etc. Okay, so that's the way you do it. Again, Mike's given us some great tips on what to do with that. He says, keep a tab to quickly see what your customers and clients are posting. So actually create a circle that is all about your customers and clients, and put that as one of your top 2. Also, keep a tab of people or pages that you're networking with or want to engage with. And then have those as your top 2, and then you can very easily, quickly see what people are doing on a daily basis, and you can engage with a few people every day from those important circles that you have created there. Okay? He talks about this promotion bar down here on the right hand side. This is now pages that you may like. This just shows the importance of having a really nice image or photos, because as you hover over that, then it's actually going to show that picture and profile and everything there, and that the more attention grabbing that your graphics are, obviously, then the more likely you are going to click the old follow link down there and put them in one of your circles. This is a great piece of advertising. Mike talks about actually the algorithm here. It's unclear how their algorithm determines what pages you might like, but the pages seem to be associated with those followed by people that you've circled. Okay, so the more your page is circled, the more likely it's going to appear on this sidebar in front of other people. So you really want to be working on building up your followers, getting many people circling your page, your profile, to ensure that you are down here on the right hand side of other people's streams. Okay. You've also got this trending thing. This is very Twitter-esque, isn't it now? We've got this trending over here, very Twitter-esque. And this means if there's anything here that you think is in any way relevant to your business, you could just click on it and go and share, join the discussion, and share anything that you may know about that particular subject, okay? But don't use it as an opportunity to spam. Do make sure that you are, adding intelligent and useful facts or conversation or anything to any of these discussions, okay? You've now got a new Hangouts page. If we go down here to Hangouts, it's actually going to show you who's hanging out, and you may want to go on and actually start to now join some Hangouts and introduce yourself to people. And start to get to know people, or of course you can start your own Hangout, and Mike actually does suggest that you do that. Hangouts are becoming a really prominent feature now of Google+, and really as a business owner you want to be thinking about hosting your own Hangouts on a regular basis for your subscribers, your members, your clients, your customers. It's a bit like doing webinars, really, isn't it? I talk about doing webinars a lot, and getting out there and speaking to people. Now you can do it very easily with a Hangout. You can just do it off the cuff and say, hey, who wants to hang out with me right now? And just give some great business advice. You could also record that. You could do a Hangout. You record it with using Camtasia or ScreenFlow or Jing or Snagit or something like that. And then you could upload that to YouTube and use it as great content. You could do regular Q&As, that kind of stuff. There's loads of fantastic things you could do with Hangouts. So that's a really good way of doing it. And he's just showing here, you can kind of do it from a post as well. So, any post that you see, if you go over here, you can start a Hangout about this post. Okay. There's enhanced photos. I don't have many photos, but I did see one earlier where they've got this fantastic kind of light box effect. Here you go. I go over this and I can see more photos. This is an album. Yeah. This is a whole album that Ryan has shared here, and you can now you can go over his photo and actually see the rest of the photos in the album, which is a really nice way of doing it. So that's enhanced photos and enhanced videos now on the stream. So let's go down. Oh, I really like this one. You can now see who's really engaging with your posts. Okay, so if I flick down here, all the way down here, and find something that I did, so here's one of ours, and just click down here, it shows me the activity on this post. So I can now see how many people +1'd it and who they were, and I can also see who shared it. So I can do really personal messages now and say, thank you so much guys for +1'ing it, thanks so much for sharing it. But also anybody else who's coming to this post can see this, and it just gives these people as well a little bit more exposure. So this may well encourage people to +1 and share posts even more, just to get that kind of exposure. And Mike over here talks about get noticed by +1'ing more pages and sharing more posts. Engage with anybody who comments on your posts. Recognize anybody who shares your post by thanking them. And then keep a note of people you see regularly engaging with your content, and create a circle as engagers, yeah, so that you can actually send posts directly to your engagers, because you know that they are going to comment, share, and do something with your post. It's fantastic information, this, isn't it? And you can easily switch between your personal profile and your page now simply by clicking up here to the right hand side. Let me just expand my page a little bit here so you can see. Up here on the right hand side, I can just click on this down arrow now, and I can very quickly log in as my page. Now you'll notice there's very little right hand side functionality going on here on the page. Everything seems to be happening just on your actual personal profile at the moment. That's kind of how it always starts, isn't it? And then we go back over here and I can log straight back on as Joe Barnes. So I can very, very easily now flick between the page and the profile. So that's it. So thank you very much, Mike Delgado, and thank you, the Social Media Examiner, for an amazing post. That's absolutely fantastic. The other thing I just wanted to point out to you is how you can kind of reorganize this bit over here. This is where all of your kind of tabs are now, and you can move these if you want around. You can literally just kind of pop these around and move those around, decide where you want them. And this is a little more button. I could say I don't want games, so I'm just going to move it over here, and all of a sudden games is now in more. Yeah, I could say, I don't really want explore, move that over here, and now explore's over here in more. Or I can click on more and I can just go and grab them and I can move them back into the sidebar. So that's just a little way of moving your page around there. And that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. So I do hope that you found that interesting. Isn't it great that you find some fantastic posts that give you all that amazing information and show you how you can use these wonderful platforms to their full advantage? So thank you very much for listening. I do hope you found that useful, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.